yo.
Oh, Roman and Icon? You okay? Roman and Icon. You know, I'm going to segue into something here. This wasn't on the topic list, but I feel like since we're on the WWE subject and we're talking about Roman, the elephants need to be addressed here about Roman. So there have been several websites that do, their year-end awards.
Yeah.
And a lot of people voted that Roman was, most overused, worst superstar of the year. People say that Roman is so great, and some people say he's not. Now, I'm going to lay down the facts on why Roman is other than the same nonsense stuff we hear. Oh, he's run down our throats. He's the John Cena 2.0. The real reason why Roman is, at least in my opinion, or at least why I dislike Roman. Does Roman Reigns deserve to be world champion? Absolutely. That's first and foremost. He deserves to be world champion, just like Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins, and the list of the list of people there. The problem with Roman Reigns is that they treat him as if he is the best on that roster when he clearly is not the best on that roster. When you have people like Samoa Joe, Bobby Roode, AJ Styles, the list goes on.
Yeah.
I feel like Roman is, if he was, it's not even that. He came into a time where WWE started hiring all of these indie talents from other promotions that had earned their craft. And Roman is technically an original WWE concept. He didn't come up in a time where you had like Triple H and The Rock, where all those guys, yeah, they may have wrestled at other little places, but WWE created Triple H. WWE created The Rock. WWE created Stone Cold Steve Austin. Not talking about, Steve Austin in WCW or EC. No, Stone Cold Steve Austin. It was all in-house bred talent that technically, yes, some people may have been better than others, but they were all equal as far as where they came from. Roman falls into The Rock, Stone Cold being homebred, but you have people like Rollins, who was Ring of Honor World Champion, champion in Dean Ambrose, Samoa Joe, former Impact TNA World Heavyweight Champion, AJ Styles, IWGP Heavyweight Champion, in the list among you. So they treat Roman like he's the best when he has not. One, he isn't. And two, they're giving him spots and burying people that should not be buried, like Samoa Joe. Why is Roman Reigns an Intercontinental Champion? For what? Who cares? To give me a predictable match at WrestleMania.
Oh, yo, his match earlier today was so bad.
I barely pay attention. It's the Miz Taraj. I mean, and that's not saying Roman is a bad wrestler. He isn't a leader in the ring, but far from it. Yeah. He can't lead, but he's not bad at what he does. He does fine for himself, and like I said, he deserves to be, a world. He's not like the great Khali who does not deserve it. He damn well deserves to be a champion. It's just that to sacrifice others in his expense, to give a title to Brock Lesnar, to hold the world championship hostage, to coronate Roman Reigns, that's what I disagree with. Samoa Joe could have beat Brock Lesnar. Braun Strowman should have beat. If you wanted to have Brock Lesnar versus Roman, you could have done that. But you could have had Braun Strowman take the title off Lesnar the first time they fought. I believe at Great Balls of Fire. Yeah. No, was it Great Balls of Fire? I think when they fought. So you could have gave that title to Strowman and had Strowman carry it all the way up to the Rumble. And then you could have had Brock come back with a vengeance. He'd been training and all that nonsense. The story writes itself. And you could have had Brock go over Strowman. You could have had Strowman get his rematch at Elimination Chamber or something, one-on-one. They had to put it in Chamber. And you have a SmackDown talent win the Rumble. You have Roman win the Elimination Chamber to have the right to face the world champion at Mania. You could have had Brock beat you could have had Brock retain against Strowman in Strowman's rematch. And there you go. I still wouldn't watch the match, but it would have been better than holding the title hostage for pretty much a year. And we know what WWE's doing. You know, WWE's in their record-breaking moments. Who has the longest reigning WWE title reign in modern history? He's no longer with the company, I might add.
CM Punk.
Exactly. Now, what? Now, this may not happen, and I'll give you my reasons why. But could y'all imagine a 400 plus title reign with Roman Reigns?
Oh no.
With no heel turn? Punk turned heel in his title run. He didn't want to because he wanted to, he was doing great as a babyface, but he turned heel, so it made it somewhat different. But do you think a 430 plus is going to be fun with Roman Reigns? No. But WWE's in their record breaking. Look what it did with AJ Lee's title run. As soon as she left the company, what happened? They gave it to Nikki Bella of all freaking people. If you look at all Roman Reigns is a 3-time champion. He's held that title probably as long as Sasha Banks had in all 4 of her runs. His title runs have been abysmal, and you want to know why?
Why?
They've been garbage. Because Roman is just they realize that Roman ultimately does not deserve to be a super long-term champion. Seth Rollins had the W title for 200 and something days. Now, granted, before he injured his leg when he at a house show against Kane, he was planning to lose the title to Roman, but he had a title for 200 days. That's a pretty long title run for Seth. Roman, when he won the title, I think he had it for 2 months. I think he beat AJ Styles or so. He had this thing with Sheamus. When Sheamus cashed in and became champion for all but a cup of coffee. He beat Sheamus. Then he lost to Triple H. Then he lost to Triple H in the Rumble, and then he beat Triple H. It was a bunch of nonsense that happened with Roman. But he probably had the title no more than, I would say, combined 90 days. I'm being generous on that. I don't want to see Roman with 400 days. A good title run, yes. I'll even say maybe as long as Jinder Mahal.
The Super Saiyan.
But
okay, if they ever do Jinder Mahal again, I'm gonna be pissed.
Well, they're not.
I'll be done.
The India experiment did not succeed, and Jinder never. What Jinder is now is where he should have been. Where he is now. Myself. Other podcasters said it at the United States Championship. It makes the most sense. I hate America. Modern day Maharaja. Exactly.
You're my opponent.
United States Championship writes itself for his character, but they give him the WWE Championship, and we get Nakamura losing clean, Randy Orton losing pretty much dirty every match. The Cringe Brothers over there being the best part of the show. I mean, it is what it is, man. Tonight's Monday Night Raw, minus certain things, I think the Braun stuff was freaking hilarious. I was rolling. Rollins bringing back the curve stop made me mark out.
I feel like your stupidity.
Will SmackDown be good tomorrow? Who knows? But
for me, I feel like Roman. For me, Roman, he can't have a good match unless he's in the ring with somebody at all. So for me, it's like when I watch him in the ring, you always know how the match is going to turn out. You're going to see the Superman punch. The person's going to dodge it, then he's going to turn it into either a spear or he's going to knock him off the ring. And it's just a bunch of dumb shit.
I don't feel like fighting anymore.